is Wallachia, a land ruled by a monster. He was known as Vlad the Impaler, the son of the dragon. To his people, he was a savior. To his enemies, he was the dragon. The stage is set for a monumental conflict. The Ottoman tide, vast and unstoppable.
For Vlad, the battlefield was often secondary. His primary weapon was psychological warfare, designed to break the enemy's will. Tense days in the border town of Valerius. The civilians here are caught between the looming might of two empires, unsure where to turn.
They say he impales everyone. Thousands of our brothers. No one is safe from the dragon. The sheer scale of the impalement field demonstrated the brutality of Vlad's methods. Few leaders inspired such terror. In times of war, punishment spared no gender.
These women were paraded through the streets, their humiliation serving as a stark warning to any who dared defy the Sultan's law.
The battlefield was empty because the real war was waged in the mind. Vlad understood that fear...
Chronicler wrote that he delighted in the suffering of his victims, a truly monstrous ruler who surpassed the cruelty of the ancients.
How do you send a message across vast distances without a sound? The answer lies in the silent language of fire.
The sight of the fallen standards signaled the end. Morale evaporated, replaced by the instinct to flee.
Even enemies called Vlad inhuman. Facing overextended supply lines and the onset of winter, the Grand Vizier made the difficult choice to pull back from Vienna.
Psychological dominance is rarely achieved through strength alone. It is the calculated application of fear.
Women captives symbolized total war terror.
While armies were bound by the limitations of land and logistics, stories soared, often reaching their...
The generals were horrified. This stunning reversal sent shockwaves through the enemy leadership, confirming their worst fears.
This village holds a terrible secret. All who approach must heed this warning, or face the darkness that silenced these streets. By displaying such horrors, Vlad instilled a paralyzing fear in his enemies. This strategy...
Reports seemed impossible, yet the Agha insisted they were true.
Then we must respond with overwhelming force. Send word to the Janissaries.
This section, describing the pharaoh's lineage, is where the historical consensus breaks down. We simply don't have enough evidence to confirm these claims.
The Crimson Tide is the spilled blood of generations, a testament to the raw brutality. This abandoned camp tells the story of the rapid Ottoman withdrawal, a hasty retreat carried out before dawn. Just how far will rulers go to protect their power?
As we move through the 15th century, we see the impact of innovations like the printing press and the dawn of a global...
We must understand that cruelty is not born of madness, but rather calculated fear.
He saw himself not as cruel, but as just. In his eyes, fear was the only currency that mattered.
Here, in this ancient wood, the whispers of the past echo still. They carried the seeds of chaos. As the Tatars rode, so too did the panic spread throughout the Ottoman lands.
The intent behind taking women as prisoners was often rooted in the desire to deeply humiliate the enemy forces they left behind.
For centuries, these rugged peaks have marked the boundary. But a border is not just a line on a map.
The age of open warfare is over. Now, the battlefield is the mind, and fear is the ultimate weapon.
The walls had stood for centuries, but their defense relied on the men who walked them, men condemned to a sleepless watch.
When terror becomes policy, the state reveals its true nature. These skulls are merely symbols of the violence we authorize.
Even Vlad's allies feared him.
The flames consume the past, but the impact of this document, the divisions it created,
we gather today.
Few realized the gravity of these accounts, stories so scandalous they would soon shock the entirety of Europe.
The whispers are true. The Iron Council has fallen, and the Dragon's Breath cultists are marching toward the capital as we speak.
The profound silence that follows intense fear is not merely the absence of sound. It is a presence.
Through fear, I have forged this land into a nation. Only through terror can we maintain true order.
When the choice is laid bare, when the storm breaks, which do you cling to? The brittle comfort of morality?
Sleep offers no escape. The nightmares I have conjured will haunt my enemies until their dying breath.
As dawn broke, the order was given. The army would withdraw, preserving its strength to fight another day.
Atrocities. To understand the true legacy of this region, we must look beyond the vampire myths. These lands are myths.
For every tale of honor this armor witnessed, there is an untold story of horror etched into its very surface.
The heartbeat reminds us that behind every statistic, there is a profound human cost.
Observe the dance of contrast, where deep red merges with the profound black.
The lesson of history is clear. When the currency collapses, the people panic, and fear becomes the ultimate tool of political control.
Forgive my intrusion, but our scouts have confirmed the unthinkable. The Venetian fleet has broken through our lines.
Fear won battles without swords.
The rain washes the blood away, but the scars remain.
Empires like these stones reach their limits. When the center cannot hold, the structure must inevitably fall.
He was history's greatest paradox. A ruthless savior, a compassionate tyrant.
With the turning of the final page, history ended. What followed, the survivors simply called the aftermath.
The years passed, bringing a fragile peace to the countryside. Yet, despite the tranquility, the scars remained.
The cross and the crescent, symbols of faith, divided by centuries of conflict.
We must understand the profound psychological legacy left by these covert operations, etched into the history books and the human mind.
They remembered him because he showed no mercy. His name struck fear into the hearts of all who opposed him.
And so we must ask ourselves, did this fear truly bring us the peace we desired?
For too long, their names were lost to the shadows of history. But today, we ensure they are forgotten no longer.
Here, the crucial detail is highlighted: absolute dominion. This phrasing changes everything we thought we knew about the treaty.
Legend says the emperor built this in a day. The truth is, it took 1,000 men 20 years.
This dark stain represents the reach of Vlad, a shadow of terror that engulfed the lands of Wallachia in the 15th century.
When we look back at history, it is essential that we do so carefully and with an open mind.
We are defined by these echoes in the dark, the memories that flicker and fade, but never truly disappear.
Great doors closed upon the screams of war. marking the end of this bloody chapter.
He walks away, but the shadows remain. The price of fear is not paid in gold, but in the silence of what is lost.
When I look into these shards, I don't just see a broken image. I see a legacy distorted, fractured by time, but never truly lost.
What the chroniclers recorded that night would shock the civilized world. Accounts so disturbing they questioned their very faith.
We waited for years, hoping the past would stay buried.
As the sun rises on this new day, we declare the era of terror officially over. Hope has returned to our land.
He centralized power through sheer force. She, however, preferred the subtle art of diplomacy.
The sky bleeds crimson before fading to gray. Morality, too, is rarely black and white.
After the terror fades, after the screaming stops, there is only this profound, absolute silence.
Thus, the history of Wallachia is forever stained with the blood of its most infamous ruler.
The lessons of history are not merely stories, but warnings. They echo through time, reminding us of this.
From these centers of power, the influence extended far beyond the borders, demonstrating the interconnectedness of
Fear never truly wins. History remembers cruelty.
Deeds at Adlon. Vlad's strategy was brutal but effective. He utilized scorched earth tactics, poisoning well and burning crops.
We build, we fight, we die, and in the end, all that's left is the story we leave behind, whispered by the wind through these ruins.
And so the truth remained buried, hidden beneath layers of deceit.
This flame represents the enduring spirit of us we remember today.
In this quiet place, surrounded by the whispers of the wind, we pay tribute to the innocent lives lost.
Thus ends this chapter. The fate of the kingdom now rests upon the turning tide of history.
Perhaps the greatest lesson is simply this: the light you seek in the world is the light you must carry within yourself.
Fear can defeat armies.
We hope you enjoyed this journey into the past. Join us again next time.
And so we see that history does not repeat itself, but it often rhymes. The lessons of the past remain our clearest guide to the future.
Vlad the Impaler. Power through terror.